Hey everybody, it's your girl Bunny. To all of my returning subscribers, hey, how you doing? And for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. Kick your feet up, subscribe to this family-friendly channel, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss any posts. Also follow me on Instagram at the same profile name so you don't miss the sneak peeks of what's coming up next. In this video, it's TV One Network's reality dating show hosted by Kirk and Tammy Franklin, The One. I give a full episode recap with photos offset to the side, and you make sure to leave your questions and comments down below, and limited commercials to not ruin your flow. The journey begins with The One reality dating show hosted by Kirk and Tammy Franklin. Brent and Ashley both struggle to find their soulmates. Ashley, who's 37, a chemist, and from Atlanta, Georgia, says that she's the only one out of all of her friends that's still single. She's tried everything when it comes to dating, apps, going to the clubs, and so much more. She's ready to find the one. Brent, who's 43, a real estate agent, wants a woman who's smart, good-looking, and ambitious. He's really into fitness, and he wants someone that loves fitness as well, moving forward in life and building a legacy. Brent and Ashley think it's very beneficial to get the inside scoop of the different sexes' point of view when it comes to dating. She feels that whatever she's doing, it's clearly wrong. She needs a new way of finding the one. He's been married before, no children, and also has dated. They both agree that in this day and age, for someone like them not to have children is like finding a unicorn. Kirk and Tammy join them, and everyone is excited to begin this journey. Tammy and Kirk share a funny story about how they met late in their teens at a water park. They've been married for over 27 years and can't wait to assist Brent and Ashley. They brag that Kirk loves matchmaking and he has a good track record. 3 connections that led to 3 marriages. Kirk gets right to it. He wants to know from Ashley and Brent what are the top 5 things that they look for while dating. Ashley says God-fearing, loyal, honest, respectful, emotionally mature. But Kirk notices, out of all those 5 things, do they have to look good? If looks are important, then that needs to be in your top 5. Religion, unfortunately, has a misogynistic message that women are not supposed to be pleased, and personal and sexual desires are something that you don't want. But God designed us and wired us for pleasure. She's got to have those desires. It's got to be in your top 5. In that case, Brent says, well, she's got to be feminine, fine, spiritually based, and has to be my friend. And has to know about forgiveness. Ashley reflects about her parents' message. She always wants to plead with her mom to enjoy her life instead of trying to save the world all the time. She doesn't want to be like that. Her father was an alcoholic and felt that he always existed in the house but wasn't present. Kirk breaks the sad moment with some comical consoling. Now, I know this is going to be a little ghetto, but this is the only thing I could find. It's a towel that you clean dishes with, but it's clean. It's for your tears. They laugh and it soothes the mood as Ashley continues. Yeah, marriage should be a partnership, something you do together. And the room agrees. Kirk and Tammy remind Ashley that her parents' marriage doesn't determine her destiny, and she's changing the trajectory of her life. Now they've got to have some fun in finding the one. They will go on 6 dates. The first date is today, 2 gentlemen for Ashley and 2 women for Brent. They will select which date stays in the journey while the other is eliminated. Then they will all move into the one mansion. Then it will be 6 men and 6 women that will be the final selections. They're excited and ready for the ride. Brent joins Lisa and Michelle for the first date. On the topic of children, Brent learns that Lisa has 1 child and is open to having more children, while Michelle doesn't have any children, but she's hopeful to be a mother one day. Michelle just received her physical training certification and is pleased that Brent loves to stay in shape. Fitness is one of her passions. The boxing lesson begins, and it's no easy task. Lisa jokes that her stamina is gassing out, and Brent loves her humor. After a good sweat, they cool down and take a break for some one-on-one time. Lisa mentions that she has several things she could bring to the table. She's amazing with media marketing, which is beneficial to real estate. She compliments Michelle that she's a wonderful, beautiful woman, but there's nothing wrong with a little competition. Michelle thinks that they have a lot in common and a health fitness lifestyle is important. She hopes to get to know him more. Ashley meets up with Michael, and Ashley says to production that she loves his energy and his big brown eyes. Brian joins in, and it's time for a lesson in some salsa. Mike enjoys her confidence while dating. A woman's confidence is important to him. Ashley mentions to production that as long as someone is trying to have fun, that's all that matters. Brian presses the competition, joking that now she can dance with the real one, and Ashley's body language can't hide that she loves the swag. Brian says to production that it's natural for him to bring some competition energy, and women will gravitate to who she feels is the leader of the room. Mike has some time with Ashley, and he's from Mississippi, a country boy. Ashley is a girl from Waynesboro, Georgia. He's been separated from his mother of his children for a while, and he wants to try again at dating. If there was one thing that he needed to work on, it would be showing more emotions, and he surely worked on it. He's learned that you've got to communicate, and no one can read your mind. Brian has no children, but can't wait to see how many children the Lord decides, and with that decision, he will provide. He's very confident in stating that he's very consistent in endeavors in life, and he's emotionally aware concerning how to express himself. This surely impresses Ashley. The next morning, Brent and Ashley have breakfast. They share info about their dates and his top choice concerning first impressions, which was Lisa. Ashley had a slight connection with Michael, and Brian seemed to be more reserved. But as she spoke more with Brian and danced, he stared into her soul and took her back. Tammy and Kirk arrive, and they want the scoop on the dates. The elimination process will be difficult, and later that evening, they'll have a game night. Tammy reminds Ashley to not only listen to what the men are saying, but review their actions as well. Kirk wants to know from Brent, do you enjoy dating, or is it nerve-wracking? Brent does admit that the dating process is exhausting, but he's not giving up hope. Kirk wants him to be careful when it comes to being honest and expressing himself. Kirk says to production that Brent lives a life that provides a lot of options. Will he be able to cash out on such a difficult relationship option, or is he working with insufficient funds? Kirk jokes with Ashley that later is game night, and the games better be wholesome Christian games, not freaky ones, because his wife is the freaky one. Tammy adds, and laughing, he didn't marry me for my cooking. Brian arrives greeting Ashley, but Brent takes offense that Brian doesn't introduce himself. It doesn't sit well with him at all. He thinks it's a red flag concerning Brian's character. Everyone slowly arrives, and Ashley starts the game night with never have I ever. If you've done it, then you take a sip. Brent adds that if you've done it more than once, then you'll have to drink more than one. Everyone is down. Lisa gets to it with the statement, never have I ever had a one-night stand. Brent takes a sip, everyone except for Ashley. Brian says, well, never have I ever dated one of my friend's exes. Brent takes a sip. Ashley says, never have I ever had sex in the pool. And Lisa takes her sip, telling the room, you should try it. Ashley fires back with, never have I ever been arrested. And Brian, Brent, and Michelle take a sip. Brent and Michael notice that Ashley hasn't taken any sips. Brent wants to make sure that she sips when never have I ever, so he has a plan. He tells the room, never have I ever gone through someone's phone. And now Ashley sips. Touchdown. Lisa wants to say something. Okay, never have I ever faked an orgasm. And the ladies laugh while sipping, but Brent shocks everyone when he sips as well. He explains it's because he believes in semen retention, which benefits the body and mind. Your hair, skin, and confidence gets better with time. Brent tells production that everybody's looking at me like I'm from another planet, but I'm very versatile. Now it's time for some one-on-one talks. Michael has 2 children with the same woman and jokes that he couldn't have more than one baby mama because he's not out there in the streets like that. He's also open to having more children since Ashley expresses that she would love to have 3 herself. He's confident that they're making a connection tonight. When she sits down with Brian, and they both agree that the most important thing when it comes to getting to know someone is how they treat you. Respect, honesty should all be very evident. He's a listener and can tell that family are very important to her. She's very professional. It makes her happy, but she wants to be married and have fun. Ashley is impressed. He's been paying attention. Brian is sure that their connection is strong and he can't wait to get to know her more. As Brent and Ashley talk, Brian and Michelle become a little aggravated as their vibes show that they feel like they're being ignored. Brent loves Lisa's confidence and is staring him down with passion. He admits to production that he's trying to play it cool, but Lisa's charisma, is looking pretty good. She has one child, but is open to having more children. Brent prefers a woman who has one child or no children. She's still in his view. What adds the cherry on the top is he learns that the zodiac sign for both women on the dates is Sagittarius, the fire to his water. Kirk and Tammy arrive and they break the steam in the room because it's getting hot. It's time to spill the tea on everything. It's also decision time. Ashley notices that with Brian, his essence is very protecting and there's chemistry. And with Michael, she noticed that while speaking about children, since he already has 2, he was hesitant to the idea of having more children. Brent noticed the same thing about Michelle. She was hesitant to having a big family, while Lisa was more open. Tough decisions are difficult, but they have to be made. The ladies come in and Brent selects Lisa to stay in the one mansion. Now the fellas come into the room and it's time for Ashley to make her decision. The tension builds and she selects Brian. That was a rush, but they will have to make even more decisions over and over again. Here we go. Stay tuned for episode 2. Ashley and Brian talk as he gushes, telling her that he can't wait to see her and move into the mansion to spend more time. Brent talks with Lisa and they both are very hopeful in moving into the mansion. Tammy and Kirk visit and of course they enter with laughs and are all smiles. Tammy speaks with Ashley as Tammy still has a deep concern for Ashley since she mentioned that she's never felt protected. Ashley knows for sure that after speaking with Tammy, she needs to break the mold and begin a new motive and insight on life. She watched her mom over and over again sacrifice her happiness for others. She needs to speak to her mother and let her know how she feels. Tammy is happy that she's willing to be there. It's maybe a good freeing moment for her and Ashley. Brent knows that he needs to unpack the fear of failure. He doesn't want another marriage to end or to be unhealthy. Kirk understands that fear, but wants to dig a little deeper with Brent. What are his fears for real? Kirk is cautious. How serious is Brent when it comes to finding the one? Is it just an opportunity to just flex and date a whole bunch of women at the same time and not get in trouble for it? Because it's a TV show? Brent finally keeps it real. I need to know if I can truly just date one woman. And Kirk is excited. There we go. It's the truth. That's what I want to hear. If you're not ready, people need to know you're not ready, Brent. Ashley admits that she's fascinated with a man who has strong arms. If he can bench press 200, then he can without a doubt pick her up because she's nowhere near that weight. 2 more guys arrive for the date with Ashley and she meets with Steve and he loves to box and stay in shape. Steve admires her natural beauty and can't wait to get this workout going. Montavious walks in and Ashley tries hard to hide her infatuation with big arms. Steve says to production, "This big protein shake guy walks in and I can't help but to think I gotta work out with this guy." Ashley makes the fellows work hard before taking a break. Now it's time for some rope slams. Steve uses his strategy and figures out that this exercise is all about stamina. He's got Mr. Protein Shake in the bag, and it's done. Ashley is shocked that after the drill, Steve won the challenge with ease. It's only fair to have one more competition, arm wrestling. Before Steve can even have a chance, Montavious slams down his arm. They rest and neither one of the fellas have been married, nor do they have any children. After a while, Montavious takes over the conversation and starts to ramble. Is this a sign he's hiding something? He talked about everything except for himself. Unfortunately, Ashley really isn't having a connection with either one of the guys. Maybe it's because they've been working out. Next time she promises that they will have more fun and get to know one another more. Brent meets with Brittany and she's very bubbly, caring, charismatic, and social. Richie is ready to have some fun and she's trying to figure out why he didn't get scooped up already because Brent is fine. Richie is 40, from New Orleans. Her last relationship with a man was for 8 years, but he passed away. She thought he was her forever, but God said differently. Brittany is from New Orleans, 32, from Atlanta, and her last relationship was 2 years ago. Brittany says to production that she's never dated someone over 35, so this is new. Brittany feels that she's prepared herself to be a great wife and mother because she made sure to go to counseling, and Brent agrees. Counseling should be for everyone. They have a sit down, and even though Richie is a chef from New Orleans, he unfortunately can't eat shellfish. He's allergic. We learn that Brittany is an RN, labor and delivery travel nurse. Richie takes a shady jab by saying, "Oh, you can deliver our babies," and Brent tries hard to hold in the laugh. They talk about children, and Richie wants 2 biological children, but would also love to adopt. More specifically, to adopt a teenager, because they are the children that no one comes back for. When it comes to Brittany, she only wants 2 or 3 children. When the date comes to a close, Brent takes note that Brittany was more reserved, while Richie was a little bit more vocal. Ashley and Brent get back from their dates and he realizes that he just can't go on looks. He's got to know the ladies more. Ashley would need more time to decide how she feels about Steve and Montavious, but so far, Steve seems more genuine. Tonight it's a group nightcap with fun cake decorating. Steve introduces himself and so does Montavious, although there's one person missing, Brittany. Before they can get settled, production needs to speak with Brent alone. Brittany can't make it and Brent is curious as to why. He was disappointed because he really wanted to speak with Brittany a little more. Richie, on the other hand, is happy. She's the only one to chill with Brent. You move, you lose. After cake decorating, it's time to play a game. Questions in a bowl. Pick one, read aloud, simple. Question number 1. When was the last time you had sex? And he directs the question to Montavious. Montavious says, I'm on a quarterly fast from sex. Ashley says it's been 3 years for her. She was tired of just giving herself to random dudes and was looking for something real. Brent says it's been about a month. Richie, a few months, and for Steve, about a month as well. Ashley and Brent step away with their dates. Ashley wants to have a great conversation, but notices Steve is a little tipsy. They carry on in conversation, but then Montavious interrupts, once again being very much long-winded. It's so annoying that Steve simply walks away, calling Montavious Dr. Phil. Ashley is sick of the fake deep persona, and it bleeds that he has a wall up. Once everyone sits back down, Steve tells Montavious he should have been a rapper or something, and he can't out-rap him. Now there seems to be a challenge in the air. He freestyles, ending with the line of him wanting to grab booty cheeks. It's obviously the wine. Kirk and Tammy jump in before the next question is taken out of the bowl. They learn about the freestyle battle and want to give Montavious a chance to clap back. Not only is the clapback embarrassing, but cringy. Tammy and Kirk even joked to production that the freestyle was doo-doo boo-boo. Just terrible. Steve says to production that protein shake gotta go home tonight, there's no doubt. Brent invites Richie to the mansion, but Tammy takes note. Richie and Lisa under the same roof might be a little spicy, as they both have big personalities. This should be interesting. Ashley selects Steve to come to the mansion because she feels he has more openness, while Montavious seemed to have a wall up. She wanted to get to know Steve more, especially without the rap battle and the wine. Steve says to production that he kept it real, while Montavious showed up with this fake persona, being fake philosophical, and didn't bring the real person with him. The next day, they agree that this journey is just starting and they're learning a lot about themselves. Ashley invites her parents over because there are things from her childhood that she's still incorporating into her dating life. After everyone introduces themselves, Brent steps out so Ashley can have some privacy. Her dad unveils that life got better for him when he discovered his purpose in life. Tammy and Kirk meet the parents and point out how blessed Ashley is to still have her parents in her life. Ashley's mom says it was God and church that got her through it all and helped her raise her children while her husband had time to find himself. Tammy mentions to production, not Ashley's mom specifically, but some people will hide trauma and over-spiritualize true hardships. Prayer is awesome, but it takes Jesus and therapy, someone who specializes in trauma and marriage, and everyone in the church is not necessarily equipped to help with those matters. The Franklins step away so their family can talk. Ashley just wants them to know how she feels. Her father, being an alcoholic, made her feel unwanted, and she ended up even dating two guys who had addiction problems. Both parents console her as Ashley continues. She noticed that her mom sacrificed so much, but did make time for herself. She now feels relieved and was able to express herself and let go. I'll see you around for episode 3 that's coming up next.